Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another Monster Hunter Now video. Now, this is a 100 subscribers special, and it's kind of like my Deviljho guide to being successful when you fight the creature, the pickle actually. Now, I know that it's been a couple weeks for this thing to have been out already, and I'm sure that the other content creators like Charmanders and maybe Shanzi or someone like that, I'm sure they covered it already. I don't really like to look at their guides until I've kind of like done my own kind of thing before I kind of, check their stuff out, give them a support, give them a like, things like that. But regardless, this is my take on a Deviljho guide. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys learn something. And before we begin, leave a like, comment down below, and share this video, and feel free to subscribe. I'd really appreciate the support, and let's get into it. Now, in my Deviljho's Guide to Success, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the moves that the Deviljho seems to do quite predictably. And the first one's going to be the Deviljho Roar. And at about 55 to 50 seconds, usually the Deviljho will roar. Now, this can obviously change with, if you happen to flinch it, or if you happen to give it some sort of status element to it. It's not a guarantee, but it'll always usually roar. And then usually following that, you can expect the dragon breath. And it does seem to shoot at about like 90 degrees outward. So the easiest way to avoid it is to just get under the belly, and in these couple seconds you have your chance to prep what you're gonna prep, or unleash as much damage as you possibly can before it recovers. Hopefully you do enough damage to either make it flinch and throw it off its balance, or even better, drop it on its ass. And that's the end goal, and one step closer to claiming another Deviljho's life for you, Hunter. Now be sure to get in there, because if you aren't sick, like 100% sure you're under that belly, this can happen. God, that's brutal for sure. But so basically, before we get into the last portion of the fight, or of the important move sets for the Deviljho, I did want to mention that most of these fights are 6s and 7s. I still can't. I tried my hardest to do it. 8, can't do it yet, unfortunately, not by myself at least. I do have 5s in here as well, but it's like, so I'll pick like a highlight from a 5 instead of like an actual move or something that I need to do with a 5, because with a 5-star I can take one out in like 20 seconds or so, 20-30 seconds. It doesn't take me that long. Now 6 or 7, there's some more like effort, and more like I have to pay attention more if I want to be successful in the fight. So with that being said, this last move kind of puts this portion of the fight together, because if you know, it enrages, it roars, it'll do its dragon breath, and then it'll eventually do the like rear back bite, dig in the dirt, or quick bite and then dig in the dirt, jump, pounce at you kind of thing. This is like the big, I don't know why I take it like this, but to me this is like the big moment in the fight where you're either at this point where it's about to go down, where you can finally knock it on its butt, or you're either gonna run out of time. I don't know why I look at it that way, and if I'm completely wrong, let me know in the comments for sure. But it's just the way I look at it personally. It's like this point in the fight where it's make it or break it. It's roared, it blew dragon breath at you, and it's like trying to chomp at you, and this is where it either has to flinch, or you're gonna knock it on its butt. But other than that, let's get into it. So once the Deviljho has done its roar, and also the dragon's breath. It seems to only take two paths, and and if there's a third path from this, I don't see it often. At least I haven't encountered it, and if you have, please let me know. But it seems to either rear its head back and then just go for a bite that digs into the ground, or it'll do a quick bite and then rear its head back and then charge at you and try to pounce on top of you. Now, please keep in mind that I don't know what it's like fighting the Deviljho at 9-star or 10 stars. But from 5 to 8, this seems to be a pretty common route, that I guess if you will, that the Deviljho takes. But with that being said, it's not always guaranteed, and like I showed earlier in the video, it won't always do a Dragon Breath and it'll do a different moveset. But this seems to be the most common path that the Deviljho takes. So my best bet would be to feel confident in expecting this set. I hope this guide helped you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Now, truth be told, as we all know already at this point, the monsters in this game can be unpredictable. Now, I know maybe like Hunathons, things like that, movesets can be the same. Sometimes they do change. Now, Deviljho itself, it seems like it tends to stay toward a certain path most of the time. Again, it can change, but it seems like most monsters generally have just a specific set throughout the fight that you kind of get used to once you've been doing it over and over and over again, especially consecutively. Just keep going, keep grinding it for sure. But again, I hope this guide helps you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Leave a like on this video, comment down below, guys. Let me know if it helps out, and I'd be happy to keep making more of these. Maybe I'll go like a full set. Maybe I'll break down. I don't mind like breaking down every single second frame and stuff like that and sharing it with you guys, and maybe just breaking down the best spots to be in on a fight, things like that. But that's going to be the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for sticking by up to this point if you have. And feel free to subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.